Is that too loud? You guys, it's day 5. Day 5 of Vlogoween. Are you excited? I have an exciting evening today. I do, I think. Kind of all just comes together at the last minute. Just when you think you're not in the mood, all of a sudden your niece goes, "Hey, can you do something for me?" Of course, it's crafty. And of course, it's Halloweeny. So I had to get on here and share with you guys because it is adorable. This is a child after my own heart. She's my girl. For sure. My girl. All right, let's get into it. So I do have a few things to show you guys today. I've got a half-finished pair of socks. I wanted to show you a neat little trick that I did with my magic loop needles after my rabbit nibbled it again. Wanted to show you my new Hia bag that I got at a store, the name of which I can't remember at the moment. It's still that one store that's up the street. What is it, Nathan? Needles and niceties. What would I do without my husband? I certainly wouldn't drink delicious tea. That's not true. So not true. I don't need you for that.
I'll be coffee.
Piffle. I also wound up all my mini skeins and my yarn. I'm ready to go, but it's 9 o'clock and I'm tired, so I'm probably not going to start knitting the first clue until tomorrow, which is when the second clue comes out, which is exactly what happened to me the last time I did a mystery account. Oof, I still have to talk about the Hoagie one, but I think I might just dedicate one episode to that one, and then another episode to the Wonder Woman one, because I know those are things that I still have to talk about, and I don't think that I want to podcast the whole thing, which is probably not a good idea, but whatever, you guys will figure it out. My vlog is not fluid. It's just not fluid. And I'm sure there's a good reason for that. I swear I was attacked by a moth earlier. It was a huge and horrible, vicious moth with teeth and red fiery eyes. Just came at me like, poor moth. Poor me. My poor yarn. My poor yarn. I mean, how do I know that it's not a clothes moth? Like, how do I know that? It's like this big thing with wings, and it's flappy. And did you know they have dust? Did you know wherever they flap their wings, they leave this nasty layer of dust? Did you know that? Disgusting. I don't like moths. I like to look at them from afar or behind glass. I do. I like to look at them. I love moths. I do think they're absolutely fascinating, but I hate them. Flying around me freaks me out, and my little weirdness about it has only gotten worse as I've gotten older. Like, seriously, so much worse. And it's to the point where I'm like practically getting ready to run screaming moth away. Okay. Now, the one thing that I didn't do is figure out what I was going to talk about first. So I think I'm going to let me just talk about the thing that my niece, I may as well. I'll show you guys a picture of my sister's request, my niece's request. She's like, Aunt Michelle, I've been trying to get her to drop the Michelle thing and just keep the ant thing, but it's not like it feels incomplete to her. So they have to identify me as Aunt Michelle. Does that happen to you guys? It doesn't actually bother me. I think it's adorable. It doesn't actually bother me. It does bother me. No, it doesn't. A little.
July.
Did you just see the twitch in my eye? Okay. Wow, what a mess. I didn't bother doing anything to myself. Whatever. Well, I have no hair, so don't do that. There. One day I'm going to do something else to my hair. You know, probably part of the reason why I wasn't... No, I'm not going to say that. That's not true. Oh, no, I lost a picture. Part of the reason why I wasn't mother effer. I just lost the picture. Sorry, guys. I hope I don't mess up our feed. But I have to get that picture back because I have to show it to you. So now I'm connected, and now I'm taking the Wi-Fi off unsuccessfully. There we go. Okay, so forget about why I haven't been vlogging. Probably because I haven't gotten a haircut, and that bothers me when I have short hair. And especially because it's growing out. It looks terrible. Okay, so my niece sent me a request. She's like, Aunt Michelle, can you do this? That. And I haven't said anything yet. I haven't said, you know, of course I can. Because I'm not going to admit it. It's not because I'm not going to admit it. It's literally because, number one, I'm not sure I'll have time. But now I feel like I absolutely have to, because it's just one of those, like, it's so, number one, it's adorable. It's adorable. And I did want to make it a long time ago. And it's just like, you're just tearing my heart apart, girl, when you're asking me for something so freaking cute and so near and dear to my heart. I absolutely love The Nightmare Before Christmas. I was trying to get her to watch The Nightmare Before Christmas since she was a baby, but she was too freaking scared because she's a wuss. But now she's all into horror movies, and I'm not into horror movies. I don't like horror movies at all. I do. That's not true. But, you know, I'm just not into it as much as an adult. Well, at this stage in my life. I don't like to be stressed out. Do you like to be stressed out? I don't like to be stressed out. Maybe I'll try sitting there watching a real horror movie with my sister one day if we're both knitting together. Challenge? I like it. Sister, I challenge you to knit with me while watching a horror movie. Let's see if she's actually watching this. Right, so now I have to go find apparently some Red Heart yarn. This says Erin. I don't think that's right. It's Red Heart Buff Fleck. I think I'm going to do it in green though, because I really like Oogie Boogie in green. And if I could do it in glow in the dark green, that'd be even better. But I don't think I'll have time to find a glow in the dark Oogie Boogie yarn. She does have some sock weight fingering yarn, I guess, for the black bits here, but I can always try and see if I can find some embroidery string. I'm sure I have that. Some stuffing and a 4.25 millimeter crochet hook. I know I have my trusty hook in here somewhere. I don't think it's going to be too difficult. I think that I probably will not get I'll get the sculpting right, but probably not the face and all that. Those are very artistic things, guys, it's not easy to copy that. Because that's very much like your gauge tension. It's very different from somebody else's gauge tension. It's not going to be the same. It's not easy to duplicate. But I think, you know, I can kind of sort of get at least the shaping. I'm so sorry that I'm drinking so much, but I have not had my hibiscus tea in so long, and it's just to die for. Okay, so that's for sure, and challenge accepted, dear sweet niece, and I will hopefully have it before hopefully before or by Halloween. Do not quote me on that, because it really depends on how busy I get and how many hours I'm driving a day. It's horrible. Next thing that I wanted to show you guys, quick as I can, is a beautiful stitch marker that I bought that I am going to be using on my fabulous mystery cowl, which I cannot wait to start working on. But I'm just trying to relax and chill. It's at this point 9:17. I'm babbling and not getting to any of the things that I want to show you. And I wanted to show you guys quickly so that I could sit down and enjoy my show, because I've been binge watching Voyager, and this is one of my favorite episodes, and I haven't been able to concentrate on it at all. This is, what's the name of the episode? The Bride of Chaotica. Oh my God, you guys, hysterical. Okay, so here is my Harry Potter birthday cake. There we go. This is by Sweet Delilah's Charms on Etsy. Polymer clay. And you can choose, you know, the little attachment. I obviously chose the little lobster claw. And it is so freaking cute. I was actually looking to get a Sucra miniature. And let me tell you, Sucra miniatures, wowzers. I still haven't had the chance to order one. And I've been meaning to for a long time. I love the way she's just really good at what she does. I love the glazing effect as well. That just gives it an extra lovely polish. But I also am very impatient. And when I want something, I kind of want something now. And most of the things that I want on her page are like on back order. And then there's this whole thing that I think she's going to Rhinebeck, or she's sending a bunch of stuff to Rhinebeck with
stuff to Rhinebeck.
I'm sorry, what?
She's sending stuff there.
She's sending stuff there with who?
The Yarn Pimp, I think.
No, not with the Yarn Pimp. Yarn Pimp's not going. Oh, maybe she is.
Yeah,
but
she's going.
No, maybe, but I don't.
It's whoever that's hosting an event after Rhinebeck.
Legacy Fiber Arts.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they're Legacy Fiber Arts. I think they're together with Andre Sue Knits. So it's, I forgot the lady's name from Legacy Fiber Arts. She's adorable. I love watching her periscopes in the morning, but I don't have time anymore. But yeah, that's my little stitch marker. And even though it's not like beautifully glazed or anything, it is beautifully made. I love it. It does look like a little cake. I mean, it looks like a little cake. Like, oh my God. So it's really cute. It's just so cute. I can't wait to use it with this. I thought it might be too heavy, but I've already tried it on my little blanket, and it's all right. It's not too heavy. It's a little heavy for this project, but that's because this project is already heavy. So putting something heavy on it is not great, because it just stretches everything out. I wasn't going to show you guys this, but this is one of the Knitting Dead yarns that I bought. This one is by Knitting Android from the Knitting Dead, and I love it. And if you notice, I don't really pay much attention to color coordinating on my Cozy Memories blanket. I know some people do, and I gave that up really fast when I broke out in a cold sweat. So I don't care. I kind of do. I kind of look like, see, I think that's cute together. But all in all, no, don't care. Not that I don't care. It's supposed to be not disorganized, but random. Okay, next thing is my yarn is fully caked and in my handy little bag. I really honestly don't know what I would do without this bag. I talk about it so much. I bought it at Big Lots, okay? I bought it at Big Lots for like $5, maybe 10. I don't know. I can't remember. And it's a gardening tote. That's all it is, guys. Just a plain old gardening tote. I absolutely love it for this reason, because I can store all my little yarns on the outside, and I can't talk about it enough. So for me, this is absolutely perfect. When I did the Hohi shawl as well, same thing. It was absolutely perfect. In fact, that was one of the things that I was going to talk about. I filled up practically the entire thing full of minis. In fact, I had a couple of minis in here, not minis, but full of 2 at a time socks. Sorry, 2 at a time yarns, because I had to split all my yarns, all my cakes in half, right? So I split all my cakes in half because I was doing both halves at the same time. So basically this entire thing was full and full on the inside. And it just helped me really, really stay organized. I was able to quickly and easily see which yarn was next. I didn't get confused. I didn't accidentally knit a different color yarn or forget to remove one ever. And I know it's to do with the fact that I could visibly see the yarn and that it was placed in the order that I needed it. So I don't know that I'll be able to do the same thing with the mystery cowl for Stephen West's project, but I'm certainly going to try. But that one sounds, I read a little bit of the pattern and it just kind of sounds like I caked everything up right now because I know for a fact I'm going to need every single color for the first clue. And I don't know if that's me giving away like a significant clue, but I think that's really important to know. With the mystery call that I did for Hohi's starting point wrap, we didn't need every single yarn for the first clue. Absolutely not. Maybe a few of them, but not every single yarn that's called for in the pattern. In this one, it's absolutely everything. I hope that wasn't a spoiler, guys, but it is. I think it's important to know that because, you know, you're going to wind your main color, 1 or 2 or whatever, and you're going to come to find out that you need to wind absolutely everything. And maybe you're still waiting for minis, or I don't know. That's something that I would do is wind all my main colors and worry about the rest later. And it turns out, no, you got to worry about everything, the whole thing, all at once. Next, I'm going to talk about, real quick though. Oh no, you guys, I just can't help it. Did you know that brown and purple make gray? And I'm sure you're wondering where the brown is coming from because there's no brown in here. But it is. It was in the yellow. I'm tricky like that. It's really cute. I really love it. It does look lavender, but it does also very much look silver. Like gray, silver gray. And I didn't know I could do that. I found that out the hard way. And there is my pretty little teal and greenish one all done. It's just, don't they look different when they're caked? It's like that's the final kind of moment when you're like, yeah, this is gonna knit up really nice. It's gonna look good. The colors flow all together. I still can't get the freaking pinks to show up right. Why? This is terrible. Terrible. I'm very disappointed in the way that my colors are showing up on the screen. Here is what the heck? Look at that. It's more burgundy and pink than it looks on the screen. That looks very brown, very harvesty, but it's not. It's burgundy all the way to rose. And when it's caked up like this, the reason I wanted to show this to you guys, that when it's caked up like that, you can really see the ombre effect. I felt like you couldn't see it before, but you can really, really see it now. It's very, very obvious to me, whereas it wasn't before. So I'm very excited. I'm really happy about all these colors. You know, here's the deal. It is picking up the brown undertones. That's why most of my yarn has a lot of brown undertones. And that's what's getting picked up by the darn camera is the brown undertone in the yarn. But to the naked eye, you cannot see it. It looks very burgundy. So weird. Okay, so moving on to the next thing, you guys. I'm very excited about this pattern, and I can't wait to get it done, or to get it started at least. All right. Now, oh, here's a finished object, okay? I love this. I can't get over it. Oh, I should make it glisten. I love this sock. You guys, this is, I don't know how many things I've made with this yarn, but I got it from Hobby Lobby. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby, and I can't remember what yarn it is anymore, but it's got so much stretch. I had to really, like, I don't know, but it's got a lot of stretch in it. I actually enjoy it. This is that one yarn that I got at that Needles and Niceties that I didn't really like. I didn't like it for sock yarn. That was just a really bad idea. So I'm going to try and think of something nice to make with it because it is a nice yarn. It's just not nice on my fingers. But everything turned out really nicely. I do my socks the same every single time. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with doing anything else at the moment. But here's what I wanted to really talk about, aside from the lovely finished object. My needles. I have a major problem, okay, because I have rabbits. I don't know if you can hear them clicking around over there, but it's time for me to groom them and cut their nails. So my bunny likes to jump up on the sofa with me sometimes. They're free-ranging. So everything is bunny-proofed around the house. Pretty bunny-proof. Why are you laughing?
Or so you thought.
Listen, you guys, I mean, you can only do so much, but you have to stay on top of them all the time and be very careful what they're getting into. And, you can't leave them unsupervised in the house anyway. You can't, but we do. Anyway, the point is, I sometimes have my knitting next to me on the couch. And of course, the rabbit's going to get up there and nibble something. So I really keep a really close eye on my needles. My needles are expensive. I don't know about you. I don't know why I said that. I know you know what I mean when I say my needles are expensive. Because we like to use the nicest things that we can get our hands on. And so whether you spend $7 on a pair of needles or $150, you want to keep them in good condition because you want to be able to use them. My favorites are the Chowgos. That's the epitome of needles to me. I don't think I will ever find anything that I would like better based on the, sorry?
Also the favorite of the bunnies.
Based on the cord, practically the cord alone. Because if it was based on the joins and the fact that you have to get 3 different size cables to fit on the needles, I would say no. But that alone, the cable, the sturdiness of it, and the fact that I never really have to adjust them is why I prefer those needles. The cords are not cheap, guys. And my bunny likes to nibble stuff when it's just kind of loitering. It's in her way, and she's like, rah. So you have to be very careful. I set it down. I turned around to get something, And the next thing you know, I feel a little furry thing next to me. And of course, I'm already freaking out because I know it's her. And she's chomping down on my needles. So the unfortunate thing is I always catch her in time, but she will nick. And that can be very bothersome. So I run off to Phoebe's, what? Phoebe's Needle Arts in Claremont. And just to see if by any chance she had any, oh, my hand hurts. Just by chance to see if she had any, sorry guys, to see if she had any Chow cords. She had some Chow needles. She didn't have the Chow twist, which is what I need and which is what I love. So I was very disappointed, but I hated leaving without getting a little something. So I bought these little, I think these are knit picks. I've always wanted these, and I have the first set that I ever wanted to buy were these sets. That was what I fell in love with. They were my goal to purchase, and I was so nervous the first time that I went to a yarn store that when I saw the Knit Picks Novas and not these, I got the Knit Picks Novas. I really wanted a set of interchangeable knitting needles. I was too embarrassed to ask her to get me anything else. She did figure out that I wanted something else and not the Novas because she's a good salesperson. This was the lady at, where's the Bellflower one?
Needle Points West.
Nope, Needle Points West is.
Oh no.
Is in
it's
El Segundo. Bellfleur.
Stitches in Time.
Stitches in Time. Stitches in Time lady, super, super sweet. Really nice lady. She figured out that I wanted these, and she's like, I'll order them for you. They'll only take so-and-so, to get. I'm very impatient. I was like, no. I swallowed my horror that I wasn't getting exactly what I wanted, and I got the Novas instead. Now, that was the best thing I could have ever done. They were awesome knitting needles. If you ever are looking for a good set, a very decent set of nice, slick, chromed out knitting needles, those are just fine. Just fine. Just gotta work on the little cord a little bit. For the most part, they're really good if you use the key properly. So anyway, that was me going off on a tangent, but so they're great needles. I love them. Knit Picks. They are Knit Picks, aren't they? Pretty sure they're Knit Picks. Purple cord. They're Knit Picks, right? Shit. Anyway, so here's my friggin' dilemma, and I'm taking too long to talk about this again. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened or when or how, but my little Lenore chewed up my needles. Again, you guys, I just bought these. I'm so aggravated with my rabbit, but I just bought them. So here's, oh no, now the problem is, now it's not going to work. Okay. It worked well enough to pass it through. I'll show you guys what I just did. Now, she nibbles. You cannot tell, but there's a little bit of lacquer in those areas. And the reason there's a little bit of lacquer is because that's the only way I can get the yarn through the sock. I just figured I would bind it off. I realized right now, a little while ago when I picked them up, that the reason why I haven't bound them off or kept going is because as soon as I started, I pulled the needle and all my stitches went because of the tiny little snag. See? But I'm able to get it through a lot easier because I put lacquer. So what I do is if you ever have a boo-boo like that, on your knitting needles, and you just like, you gotta get it done, and it's an emergency. You have to get it done. This is what I do, because it happens to me quite often with the bunny. I will grab a nail file. I will try and file down the plastic as best as I can. That's going to expose a little bit of the wire, but hopefully smooth down the plastic enough. Hopefully the animal didn't go through the wire. So I file it as best as I can with a nail file. And then I'll put a little bit of clear lacquer. My lacquer is not clear because I use a lot of red polish. But I'll just get a little bit of lacquer, and I will glob a bit on, but smooth glob. It can't be like a lumpy glob. It has to be nice and smooth, and then you just blow dry it. If that didn't work, I was going to use a little dab of Gorilla Glue. Unfortunately, you have to keep in mind that Gorilla Glue probably won't come off, and it will expand. So I didn't really want to deal with that. So I'd just rather deal with the lacquer, and it works. In an emergency, in a pinch, it works just fine. You see the way it just kind of smoothly went in. It won't smoothly come back out, but I'll at least be able to finish my project tonight, and I'll be able to call this nightmare a day. Thank you very much, and goodbye. I also don't ever want to knit with that yarn again, but my nephew's expecting some socks because I have his foot. He's already asking for his socks. When is Aunt Michelle going to give me my socks, Mom? What? Okay. Last thing that I'm going to talk about tonight, and then I'm going to let you guys go. Don't panic. I joined the Don't Panic Mystery Cal. It's been a year of mystery cows. I'm telling you guys, I've been very excited this year that I've been bold enough to do mystery cows. I know I've talked about it a gazillion times. The anxiety for me is great when I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know what something's going to look like. I don't know what I'm knitting for. But luckily, now that I really take the time to read the previews, the information, most people give quite a bit of information. I think probably Stephen West mystery cows scared me off a lot because those are some crazy patterns. They're not crazy. They're just very geometrical, whatever. They're boxy. And I'm more of a leafy kind of person. I like lace. I like leafy patterns. I like beautiful, soft, sophisticated designs. Not to say that they're not sophisticated, but they're just different for my taste. And also, because they're so different, and he gives absolutely zero clue as to what it's going to kind of turn out to be, I always steered clear of those mystery calls. I was like, ooh. Plus me choosing colors, Lord Almighty. That was back then. There was no possible way. But every time you join a new adventure, a new pattern, a new designer, a new this, new that, you learn something new every single time. And it's amazing every single time. Now, this is what I'm going to talk about real quick with the Don't Panic Mystery Cow. I totally panicked. I was going through a really difficult period at that time when I was trying to do this, and I couldn't concentrate, and I couldn't figure out why or how I was going wrong all the time, trying to get this. I couldn't get to this point. I couldn't. And I did it a good 20 times, and I was suffering. I don't know if it was 20 times, but it certainly felt like it, you guys. But I finally eventually got it. I realized what I was doing wrong. I can't remember what it was that I was doing wrong, but I realized what I was doing wrong, and it was really, really dumb. But whatever the case, I got it, and this is as far as I went. And due to circumstances beyond our control last month and the month before, we had a loss in the family at the same time that I was trying to do that, and I couldn't concentrate at all. So we dealt with all, well, I didn't deal with anything because, you know, everybody else did everything. But it was still a very, very difficult time, very sad time, and we all got through it, however we got through it. So what I did was I put this away. I finally got it, okay? I spent like days trying to figure that much out. I finally got it. I put it away, and I crocheted a granny thing, like a shawl type thing. I'll show you guys in another episode, because at this point we're running too long. But I am going to do another one with this yarn. This yarn is what I'll talk about it in the next episode. I don't know when, but maybe tomorrow. But this freaking Lion Brand mandala, I'm not allergic to it. I'm not allergic to any Lion Brand yarn, by the way. I can literally shove my face in it. It's perfectly fine. And this yarn in particular is absolutely perfect and stunning for that little crochet, granny crochet shawl thingy. Scarf wrap thing. But I'll talk about it again, like I said, next time. Now, this, I want to show you guys really fast. This is how I loaded these stitches, these beads onto this really sharp stitch holder. And I was hoping that that would be very, very helpful when doing my Don't Panic shawl. But at this point, I don't think that that's ever going to happen. I hope that it does, but I don't trust myself. I'm not going to say that I'll ever do it. But I hope that I do, but I might not. That is the shawl. You guys, it's absolutely stunning. I guess I kind of ruined the mystery for myself at this point. But I mean, I just, like, it's so freaking beautiful. Whoops, darn it. Well, I just went off of it, but it's so beautiful. It's so stunning. I hope that I do it one day, but I don't know. I don't know that I will at this point. I never got past the beginning because for some reason I just couldn't wrap my head around that first section, which was very clear. I mean, you really just have to read it in order to understand what the heck to do. But I wasn't in that frame of mind where I could read a complicated pattern that really wasn't all that complicated. I couldn't. So the important thing is that I recognized the fact that I was obviously upset, stressed, grieving, whatever. And instead of forcing myself to continue on with something that was clearly beyond my realm of comprehension for the moment, I just went on and did something that was a lot simpler, that I didn't have to think about. I didn't really have to read too much. It's just crochet, crochet, crochet. Whenever you get stuck, you can just go back to your trusty crochet and do something very nice and very lovely. And that was really pretty. I can't wait to wear it this season. Anyway, guys, I thank you all so much for being patient with me. I'm sorry that I can't condense my thoughts and that I always have way too much to talk about. But I just get so excited talking to you guys. But we are going to call it a day, and we're going to say goodbye. Sadly. Am I sure? Yes, I'm sure. Well, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the notification button. I'm very random, so sorry that I can't keep a very good schedule, but I am trying to put my Vlogoween posts out on a daily basis. So do expect to see them. I am still on Instagram as Pinchimichis. I don't know when I'm going to be brave enough to change it over, but it's going to happen. I'm already brave enough to post the fact that I even have vlogs. So, we shall see how it goes, guys. Meh. Thank you. Take care. I will see you guys tomorrow for Vlogoween day number 6. Bye. Say bye.
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 Say bye.